Good morning. My name is Doyle. Welcome. I practice vulnerability by singing one of my healing songs, recording myself doing it, and posting it on YouTube. And I share a little story that kind of has to do with the song. Mostly it's about the song. But this morning it's going to be, the story part is going to be something that I actually wrote down this morning while I was journaling. And today's song is called My Defenses. And this morning, I've been changing up my morning routine because I seem to be receiving the guidance that I need to do more of spiritual connecting type activities. And I'm like, well, what more could I do? And I'm like, oh, I already spend so much time and I have so many different rituals. And so what I've been doing is replacing some of my rituals with new rituals instead of adding new, I'm retiring some and replacing them with new. And it's not that the old other ones were bad. It's just that, I'm a human and I have 24 hours like all humans. And so it's my job to manage my time. And I would love to just every moment of every day just be in spiritual bliss and practice all the practicings. But I have been stewarded with this body that needs food, clothing, shelter. So I also make decisions for my human's well-being, which don't always include spending all day, every day in meditative bliss. Anyway, that's just where I'm at. I don't know what the level of truth in that is. But anyway, so today's song is called My Defenses. And this morning I was doing this guided meditation as part of my morning routine. And it's a new thing that I've added, replaced an old one. I replaced an old part of my routine with a guided meditation in the morning. And it has been going really well. Guided meditations are hard for some people to follow. I never used to be that way, but now I am. And I understand now when people are like, I can't do that. I understand. But I'm still challenging myself, and I'm having some good results. So, this morning, I'm just going to read to you. It's 4 pages that I wrote as the story part for today, and then we'll sing the song My Defenses. I'm in the middle of a guided meditation, and I got a download I must write down immediately. Faith equals not collapsing the potential into matter, holding hope for a beautiful outcome, no matter how dark it seems. The realm of appearance is a distortion caused by collapsing the potential of a situation into matter. Faith keeps it rolling without a final outcome yet. Faith keeps the potentials rolling toward a divine outcome. Trust the process means trust that if I let it keep rolling without interference, it will ultimately and inevitably have a good outcome. If I interfere, not trust, I collapse the potential into whatever the situation is at the present moment, and it's now stuck in 3D on my timeline. Does that make sense to you guys? So this knowledge brings such freedom and power. I wonder what the obstacles are. Are there any? I'll come back and write them down once I start running into them, because I'm sure there are some. After all, this is Earth we're dealing with. And I was correct. So, about maybe 15 minutes later, because I went back to the guided meditation, and at the very tail end of it, something that the person on the YouTube said triggered rage within me. I was so peaceful. I was floating right along with the meditation, and bam, I got triggered. And I felt such rage. It was indescribable and irrational. And I was aware of this, but I was still allowing myself to experience what was happening. And I realized, oh, I had asked to see what obstacles there are to faith. And, or, to like not collapse, like to being able to hold out hope for a beautiful outcome, no matter how dark it seems, without collapsing the potential into matter on our 3D timeline. When we lose hope, we collapse the current situation. Okay, there's the outcome. But if we hold out hope, have faith, then we allow room for the potential to keep rolling and to ultimately turn out good. We want an outcome so fast, and we want a certain outcome that when it starts to go how we don't want it, we start to panic. We're like, well, before it gets any worse, I'll end it. I mean, that's how I experience it. So anyway, so I came back after I got the trigger of the rage, and I realized, oh, I'm being shown what an obstacle is. Thank you. So I went with it, and I trusted it, and I asked Spirit to continue, like, showing me about this obstacle that I'm experiencing, this rage. And here is the story I received from Spirit, okay? Okay, I found the first obstacle. It's utter rage. The depth is unfathomable, and the heat alone will fry you upon approach. It is a burning tower of scorching flames blocking your path, fueled underground by a seemingly endless regenerative source. The blazing fire comes alive in your belly as you approach this rage, forcing you to step back and catch your breath, which has been taken away by the searing licks of the first few internal flames. You realize this is no small blockage. This will take some time and strategic planning. So you stop in your tracks and you breathe in some clean air to clear your head. You turn to your guide within, that paraclete we've all been equipped with. Some call it intuition, some call it the Holy Spirit, some call it Jiminy Cricket. It is a built-in helper we all have access to in our mind. You say to your guide, show me what I need to know. And then you wait in stillness, in silence. You wait to see what you've been what you've asked to be shown. You receive the first set of instructions. It says, release all tension in your body. You take a deep breath, rising your shoulders up to your ears, and then exhale, letting them drop. Along with a release of all the tense muscles, bracing from fight or flight in response to encountering the massive tower of flaming rage on your path. Your body does not want to give up its position of defense. It knows a threat when it sees one, and it learned by now that massive towers of flaming rage are not to be trifled with. But this one stands between you and your freedom. What lies on the other side of this obstacle is a life beyond your wildest dreams. You know what you must do. You must walk through the fire. You must be consumed by the flames so that only your true essence emerges on the other side. the version of you that is empowered to create a life beyond your wildest dreams. You must feel the flesh melting off your bones, knowing it is only flesh. It is not your true essence. It is the furthest thing from your identity. So you allow it to burn, and you discover a quiet stillness in the center of the flames as they engulf you, forcing your full and complete surrender. The pain has become like oxygen to you now. It is the only form left that holds familiarity of any kind. With nothing to compare it to, its intensity evaporates, and you are able to see it crystallize in thin air before you. It solidifies into geometric patterns of light, offering you the power to take a hold of them and wield them as swords of truth. The rage has been encapsulated and transmuted into mastery of power. You suddenly realize you are aware of innate knowledge of reality. It feels like you had forgotten. You are instantly equipped with this vision and wisdom that transcend obstacles of rage and transform them into swords of truth and power. You are naked and exposed now. You are the very thing you feared becoming. But as you look down to observe your stripped and burned body, all you see is a symmetrical burst of pure prismatic light, spinning and vibrating and shining like a cosmic translucent quartz disco ball. This is your true essence, naked and exposed. You are innocent. You are sacred. You are powerful. You are sovereign. You are not afraid of the fire anymore. You've made that rage your bitch, and there's nothing that can burn you now. You move through the world as this sacred prism of light, impermeable, unburnable, and free of blockages. You release your old identity, the one that came with flesh and bones, and you embrace your true identity, a spiritual being of light who cannot be harmed. Keeping safe when I would sacrifice myself to keep my hiding place. Huddled here, who's gonna come along? But only those who don't even know their own intentions are all wrong. Huddled here, who am I keeping safe but my own hiding place? the past, holding on to love long gone, pretending it will last, huddled with my cherished fantasy, demanding I receive the life that I thought up at 17, huddled, trotting in a mercy out inside this lonely house. And I hear it's worth the fight to find your independence, and I hear it's worth the time it takes to serve your sentence, and I'm here to finally face and dismantle my defenses. Oh, 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 my defenses. Oh, oh, oh. Suddenly I'm learning who I am, walking tall and seeing all the options at my hands. Suddenly I have a choice to make. Will I stay where it's comfortable or take a risk and change my fate? Suddenly I'm learning who I am and making different plans. And I hear it's worth the fight to find your independence, and I hear it's worth the time it takes to serve your sentence, and I'm here to finally face and dismantle my defenses. Oh, my defenses. Oh, the walls I built as a little girl helped me survive, and they served me well. Now they shelter me from a life that's full, but to break them down would take a miracle. Only now that I don't need them in my world do I see the strength they took to build. And I hear it's worth the fight to find your independence, and I hear it's worth the time it takes to serve your sentence, and I'm here to finally face and dismantle my defenses. Oh, my defenses. Oh, my defenses.